to share?
Okay, since there is silence, I'll just add a few more points.
Yeah.
The crisis in Kali Yuga that you had mentioned, there are a few points that you had mentioned. One is it is short-lived. People are lazy. People are misguided, unlucky, and they're always disturbed. And the only solution is Bhagavatam, which is the ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. And in Kali Yuga, the essence is Shravanam and Kirtanam Vishnu. So, which means hearing Bhagavatam and chanting his name and singing his praise.
Yes, very
Hare
nice. Thank you for sharing. Nice points. Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna. A few more things. Yeah, you mentioned. Yeah. Is there time? Just you added about the different types of rasas, about dasyam and sakyam, friendship, and vatsalyam and madhuryam. All that. You mentioned that in the last class.
Yeah.
Different ways of doing bhakti to Bhagavan.
And that was discussed in the previous classes. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that. Okay, we will start with today's class. Continue the Bhagavatam. Okay. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Sakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagahana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagahana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Adhishatarine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki. So we will see the last week's slides quickly. So we discussed about the sages wanted to know the essence of all the scriptures. Since Sutta Goswami has studied, they want to know the essence. And then the difference between matter and Atma we discussed. And then the analogy of watering the root. Water the root of the tree, the whole tree get nourished. You serve Krishna, then everyone is satisfied. Although there are many scriptures are there, the essence is, goal is what? Only to how to develop bhakti, devotion to Krishna. That is the essence. Right? So Kali Yuga crisis we discussed, short-lived, lazy, misguided, unlucky and disturbed. And how Bhagavatam is giving the, although so many faults are there, still Srimad Bhagavatam is giving the essence, that is Shravanam and Kirtanam. Yeah. So the problem with the modern civilization is they don't know the ultimate goal is to look for Krishna, Vishnu, Nate Viduhu, Swartagati me Vishnu. The goal of life should be to understand Krishna. That is missing. And we are making so many different plans. Okay. So in this sage Varna and Ashrama is not possible to follow, but everyone can chant Hare Krishna and make our life perfect. So basically hearing about Krishna, that's what purify our heart. Okay, so this age Kali Yuga, people are in a very critical condition. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives the medicine for that one, hearing and chanting the glories of the holy name. And the question number 3 they asked is, what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki, the son of Vasudeva? Yeah. And the definition of Bhagavan, 6 opulences, is given by Parasara Muni. This we discussed. And then they wanted to know about the Lord's incarnation and the teachings imparted by the previous acharyas. Okay. So now we'll start from, and then we also discussed about how in Kali Yuga people are entangled in so many complicated measures of birth and death. So what is the solution? The holy name of Krishna, even unknowingly chanted, it can deliver us one from the cycle of birth and death. The story of Ajamila. In his deathbed, he called his son Narayana. So even unconsciously chanted, he was saved. So even jokingly, if somebody says Hare Krishna, still he will get benefited. Because the name is non-different from Krishna. So without the holy name, we will be drowned in the ocean of Kali Yuga. So we have to take shelter of the holy name. Yeah. Even though we don't know how potent the Maha Mantra is, still, just like a child takes the medicine, it will act upon us. So we'll start with text 15 today. So the sages are saying, Yat pada samstrayaha suta munayaha prashamayanaha sadhyaha punanti upasprishtah swardoni apo anusevaya. O Suta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. So this sloka describes how important to take shelter of a guru who is a pure devotee of Krishna, and that is the most effective way to attain spiritual perfection. So what Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing is, a pure devotee is like a living Ganges. He is greater than the flowing Ganges, holy river. So one must approach Krishna through his representative. So therefore, the spiritual master is honored like the Lord. It remains as a sevaka. So this is a position. So Ganges is flowing in a particular place only. But a pure devotee, he can travel anywhere. And by his association, he can elevate a fallen soul simply by his association. So that is the power of the supreme, the pure devotee of the Lord. So the process is to approach Krishna, we have to go through his representative, pure representatives. So that is the secret to advance fast in spiritual life. Like we see here, so repeatedly taking bath in Ganges, one may nullify their sins, but taking shelter of pure devotee immediately purifies. Just like the example is given, a fire turns wood into ashes. Similarly, how does the pure devotee purify the soul? Because he's like a acts like a fire of knowledge. When he gives the knowledge, it immediately burns all karmas. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.37 says, the fire of knowledge. So the pure devotee, he is carrying the Lord in his heart. So wherever he is going, he is, the Lord is there along with his devotee. So anyone who comes in touch with him, he automatically, his ignorance is destroyed. Right? So ignorance means darkness. So where there is light, there is no darkness. So Krishna and his pure devotees are full of knowledge. So therefore, anyone who comes in contact with them, automatically the darkness from their heart goes away. So his heart become enlightened. Hmm? So therefore, it is easy to approach Krishna through the bona fide representative of Krishna, because they know how to enlighten. So he is a transparent medium. The Guru is a transparent medium between the living entity and Krishna. So therefore, what does it mean by taking shelter? Taking shelter means accepting a Guru, following his instructions, rendering service, and surrendering our ego. So that is what it means by taking shelter. So without Guru, one cannot progress in spiritual life. Even in material life, nobody can become a doctor or engineer without accepting a teacher. For everything, we go to a teacher, we learn. But in material life, what happens? We pay something and then in return, we get some service. But with the spiritual master, it doesn't happen like that. The spiritual master, the true spiritual master, is not in need of anything. He only expecting a sincere person who wants to really to know about the absolute truth, Krishna. Hmm? So therefore, Krishna, what he is saying in Bhagavad Gita, anyone remembers? There is a very nice sloka in Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna teach us to Arjuna to get the truth?
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
तत्विति प्रणिपातेन
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उभयतेन.
Very nice. That's a sloka. Sarvadharman is to surrender to Krishna. But in the fourth chapter, Krishna says 4.34, Tatvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So if you want to understand about spiritual subject matters, then you have to first go to a bona fide spiritual master and by inquiry and service. Pranipatena pariprashnena. Both things are required. You have to do render service. And also you should inquire. In this process, then you get the truth. So in Prabhupada's life himself, if you look, he was his friend, Srila Prabhupada, first time he met his Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. First, he was not very interested to meet him at all, because that was the time independence movement was going on very strong. So he was thinking India is in a slave country, how people will listen to spiritual subject matters. But then his friend persisted him and took him to meet Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. So later he became the Guru. He accepted him as Guru. So he argued with him that Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj told immediately to, that time Prabhupada was Abhay. He told him that you are a very educated person, you must go to the West and preach the gospel of Bhagavad Gita in English language in the Western world. So then he argued with him that people will not listen to us because India is a very poor country, very slave. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj told, it is not like that. India is not a poor country, it's a very rich country. We have very rich culture. The message of Bhagavad Gita is something very, very important that cannot wait for anything else. It's urgent. So he was defeated. Prabhupada was defeated by Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj at that time, that he took his instruction very seriously. So that happened in around 1932, I think 1932 or something, that during that time when he first met. After 30 years, 33 years, in 1966, Srila Prabhupada, he went to America to execute the order of his Guru. And the rest was history. That's 1966, this first International Society for Krishna Consciousness was registered in New York. So it happened like this, that he went to a Guru who removed all the ignorance, who removed all the things which was things from Abhay Charan's thought, and then he explained to him. So he took that instruction seriously, and he tried to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita in English language. So that is the history. So later on, now we see that so many Hare Krishna temples are all around the world. That one person's effort, that instruction he took, he executed to order of the Guru. So that means that is the real meaning of Guru. That taking shelter of Guru means not just for a namesake we accept somebody as a Guru and then we get some secret mantra. Not like that. That is not the purpose of Guru. The purpose of accepting Guru is to serve him, inquire from him, and carry out his instruction. That is what real meaning of Guru. Surrendering to Guru. Not for just take some diksha and we are not following any instruction, then there is no purpose at all. It's like sometimes they want to take Guru and the Guru gives you some secret mantra to pay him some money. So many things are happening in this world, but that's not the process. The standard process is to inquire from him about the Krishna and then try to execute his order, follow his instructions. That is what is required. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. So that's why Krishna is saying that one should know the Acharya as my very self. In Srimad Bhagavatham, Krishna is saying that this Acharya is non-different from him in one sense. But the Guru, he does not claim himself as God. What he claims, he is a servant of Krishna. That is his position. Therefore, he said, Sakshat Haritvena, Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya. He is a dear servant of the Lord. A real Guru, bona fide Guru, does not say he is God. He always says that he is a servant of Guru, servant of Krishna. So therefore, a Guru should be honored because he is doing the most confidential service. What is that confidential service? He is spreading the message of Krishna and he is delivering the fallen souls. So that is the most confidential service. No. People are very much interested to get government job. Why they want to get government job? Because they think that if they get a government job, they will get a lot of perks and facilities, right? But the most important job is to execute the order of Krishna. Because Krishna has commanded to Arjuna, to all of us, that surrender to him, and he has given so many instructions to Arjuna. It is all actually for us. So that is the most confidential service. So we got so many duty we are doing in this world. We have duty towards our family, community, and then the nation, state, so many duties we have. But the most important duty we are forgetting. What is that? To execute the order of Krishna. Who will do that one? Right? So it is up to us that we have to follow the instruction and instruct others also to follow the instructions of Krishna. Therefore, he is doing the most confidential service. So therefore, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lada Beach. Means, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, one gets bhakti. So, Guru is equal to Krishna in position, but he is a servant. I am Dasa Dasanudas. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, If somebody asks, who are you? Our position is Gopi Bharta Padakamalayur Dasa Dasana Dasa. Means we are servant of Gopi Bhakta Padakamalayur, the devotees of the Lord, Gopis. So that is this humility. So therefore, a guru must be honored as the Supreme Lord himself. Just like in the material world, there's an ambassador is there. If the ambassador comes, he is given the same treatment like the president or prime minister. But he is not a president or prime minister, but he represents. Therefore, he is given the same treatment. So therefore, Guru is like Vice Lord, empowered representative who are sent to this material world to carry out the instruction on the Lord's behalf. So that is why Acharya, the Guru's position is very, very special. It's very difficult to find such personalities. And one such personality is Srila Prabhupada. So he is empowered, means that's why he could able to accomplish. Otherwise, nobody could imagine that anyone would, in this age of Kali, nobody has done what Srila Prabhupada has done. That he has translated the whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, word to word. Every Sanskrit word is given a meaning and written a translation and purport. So an ordinary person cannot be done unless he is empowered by Krishna. Therefore, we have to honor such personality. And because of his mercy, now today we are here listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, it will be accessible to only very few people. So therefore, we have to understand the position of the representative. So by his books now so many people are becoming devotees. Although Srila Prabhupada is not physically available in this material world, but he is living through his books, and anyone who reads his books, their heart will transform. Therefore, in the Bhagavatam it is said, Niradeham Madhyam Sulabham Sudurlabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karanadaram. So our destination is the Supreme Lord, and we are in the material ocean of miseries. And if you are in the ocean, you cannot just swim and cross. It's huge, it's far wide, and it's very deep. So if you have to cross such ocean, then you require a strong boat and a captain, right? So if you are going in a plane or a ship, there's a captain is there. You don't know how to travel. You cross, but the captain knows. You simply go and sit inside the plane or the ship. The captain takes you to the other shore. Same way, the Guru knows how to take us back home, back to Godhead. So we have to be intelligent to stay inside the ship boat. We should not foolishly try to jump and try to make our own attempts. It is not possible. So the whole material world is the ocean, Bhavasagara. Sagar means ocean. Bhavasagara means it's an ocean of material existence. And Krishna is the destination. He is our ultimate destination. And Guru is the captain. So human life is a boat, and Guru is the captain of that boat. So without captain, the boat will sink. So that is why ISKCON is a boat for all of us. And Srila Prabhupada is the preeminent Shiksha Guru for all of us. He has written his books. His books are the basis. So we have to systematically read his books and accept a Guru in this parampara, so that what happens? He can take us back to Krishna. So a Guru's job is what? Simply not give blessings only. He has to also teach us and help us to cross this ocean. And we have to follow his instructions. Then only we can reach the destination. So that is the easiest way to attain the lotus feet of Krishna. Like the example is like electricity flow through a wire, Krishna's mercy flows through the Guru. So without that wire, we will not get any light, right? So therefore, Guru is a very transparent medium. So what's the summary? Summary is that spiritual advancement is personal, not mechanical. The Ganges like river, they help gradually, but a pure devotee transform instantly. So Guru is essential. Humility is the foundation and bhakti opens to all, right? So that is why we see that Srila Prabhupada, although Ganges is flowing in India only, but he went to America. Just by his contact, so many people became devotees. So that is the power of the pure devotee. He is carrying the Lord. So then in the next sloka, it is there, they are asking, the sages is, who is there? The sages of Naimisharanya, who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of ages of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? को वा भगवतस्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेद्य कर्मणः शुद्धिकामो न शृणुयात् यशः कलिमलापहम्. So having understood about this Kali Yuga, then who is the person who will not pay attention to the virtuous glories of the Lord? Because simply by hearing about Krishna, one can get liberated in this Kali Yuga. So we should not be misled by people who don't know what is the ultimate destination of life, ultimate goal of life. The same verse we discussed last week, Nate Vidu Swartagati Mi Vishnu. That Prahlad Maharaj is saying to Hiranyakashipu that you don't know that what is your ultimate goal. That people who don't know what is the ultimate goal, what is happening to him, they are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying our material life. So whether you accept a guru or not, everyone accepts somebody, everyone to follow in that path, knowingly or unknowingly. For some people, the politicians are their leader. There are so many leaders are there. Political leaders are there. There are people who followers of cinema movies, heroes, heroine, and there are sports stars, sports personalities. But they don't accept the leader who can show real path. So that is like one person, blind person leading another blind person. If you accept a person who does not know the value of life, who don't know what is the goal of life, that Vishnu or Krishna, so they are like people who are accepting a person who's acting as leader, but they are blind because they don't know what is the ultimate aim of life. So the Bhagavatam gives an analogy, a blind man leading another blind man. So what will happen? Everyone will follow in the ditch. Because a leader is supposed to give you the path, way back home, back to Godhead. And if you follow a blind person, then you will fall down because you don't know. So the leaders, so many leaders they are crying, they are trying so many announcements they are making, that they are trying to make peace and friendship, but it cannot happen without understanding the ultimate aim of life. So therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Namam dushkridra mudha prabhadyante naradama. Due to ignorance, foolish people refuse to surrender to Krishna. So we have a very popular secularism. But what they are trying to do by secularism, they are trying to avoid God, deny God's existence. So a person, he closes his eyes and says there is no sun, but the sun exists, but he refuses to see. Or some people, they say God is there, but they don't follow any instructions. They don't want to follow anything. They don't know any scriptures. They don't know anything about it. So what is the purpose of life then? Simply accepting God is there will not solve the problems of life. That is one step better than not denying God's existence. But a person is supposed to learn systematically about spiritual life. That if that is mixing, then we are following people who doesn't have a real goal of life. Their eyes are blind, even though their eyes are open, because they don't know what is the aim of life. They are living an aimless life. And if you follow such leaders, then you will also follow they are blind because they don't know the aim, and you will also fall in the ditch. So that is what Bhagavatam is saying. So therefore, we should, here it is saying, therefore the people should take advantage and hear about the magnificent and gracious, about the Lord's glories, who are sung by the great sages like Narada Muni. So they are saying, please speak to us, O devotees, eager to hear the divine adventures of his various incarnations. So the Lord, why he is coming to this material world, why he is performing all these wonderful activities, just like Krishna, he appears and takes lot of many incarnations. Why is appearing as half man, half lion? Why is appearing as a Varahamurti? Why is lifting the earth? Right? And why is so many incarnations are there? And each incarnation, Krishna performs adventurous pastimes just to attract all of us back to him. Like generally, people are very much interested to go to movies to see some, action-packed movies, and they see there, the hero is doing something magnificently. We all know that this is all just kind of illusion, right? All the stunt what the heroes are making, it is all actually not, they are not making. It is only through the photography effect. But Krishna is not like that. Hmm? Like Krishna can lift Govardhan hill in his left hand with a little small finger. Who can perform such activities? Hmm? So Krishna does all this wonderful activity just to show that. So because people have the tendency to see something, to hear something about fantastic things, and Krishna does it purposely so that we get attracted towards him. So nobody can be compared to what Krishna does. Yet people are so foolish that they don't have any attraction for Krishna, but they are going through getting attracted to the false attraction of these people of this material world. So therefore the sages are saying, please describe about his wonderful activities, adventurous activities, not ordinary activities. Because Krishna's activities are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10th canto is there, full of Krishna's activities right from the childhood. Every act is described. From the age of 3, he killed the demon Putana, who she came just like a mother to feed him poison. But Krishna effortlessly killed her. And then Putana, then there are other Sakatasura, Agasura, Bakasura, so many demons. Kamsa was sending so many toys to kill Krishna, but Krishna effortlessly killed all of them. So these activities to be heard. So what is the advantage of hearing Krishna's activities? You will get liberated. But if you keep hearing about people of this material world, it's not going to help us, at least in the long run. Right? It can be only for entertainment purpose. People are very much want to know about cricket match, about football match, about all this politics. But it cannot give you the satisfaction of hearing about Krishna. Hmm? So therefore, his transcendental acts must be heard. That's why the Srimad Bhagavatam is written by Vyasadeva. So when Krishna comes, he performs all these activities. We should understand that it looks like an ordinary any person. Krishna is not like an inactive person. He is supremely active person. Hmm? Some people think that God is like some kind of impersonal energy, light or something light. So they say, or like some people say that you focus on a small point. So many theories are there. But Krishna is not that kind of description. He is supremely active. So as I said, he is active right from the day one when he took birth as the small child. What he told to Vasudeva and Devaki. He first of all appeared as the 400 form of Narayana and then he transformed into a small child. So immediately he told that you take me to Gokul and bring the child from there. So from the day one, he was very active, pastimes he was doing. So he's a person. So that's when the Srimad Bhagavatam first sloka, what it says, Janmadi Asya Ataha, means the absolute is truth is he from whom everything emanates. So the sun, if you look at the sun, it may appear still in the sky, but by energy, everything grows. Similarly, Krishna may appear neutral, yet all universes function under his glance. So we have to understand that he is not inactive, he is supremely active. Just like we see in the Kurukshetra war, actually Krishna said, I will not take weapons. He did not take weapons, but the whole war was orchestrated by Krishna only. The Pandavas took constantly guidance from Krishna, and because of Krishna's guidance, they could able to win the war. Right? You all know that Mahabharata story. So, we need to understand, Prabhupada writes in the purport that the cinema analogy, that Prabhupada, in a cinema, the scenes looks very real. Then people become, emotion. They sometimes laugh, they sometimes cry. But actually, it is an illusion. Everything is only light and shadow. There's nothing reality in this. Same way, this whole material existence is a perfected reflection of the spiritual world. We are staying in the material world, but Krishna's Dham, Vaikuntha Dham, Goloka Dham is the real spiritual world. But this material world is only a temporary manifestation. Like a cinema, you go and watch for 2 hours and then you come out, then there is no more reality. It is just for a period of 2 hours you forgot about the external world and you get immersed there. Same way, this material world is only 1/4 of creation. The 3/4 is the spiritual world. So the main thing is that Krishna, what he does with all his devotees in the spiritual world, that is the subject matter we need to know. But unfortunately, just like foolish people who are attached to the temporary cinema-like appearance, we are just attracted to this material world, not knowing the real actual spiritual world, what Krishna does. Hmm? So that is stated in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, first sloka. What is this material world? Udvamulam ataga shakam ashvattam prahuravayam. This material world is compared to a reflected tree. If you go and see the tree, the river banks, it looks like upside down. You've seen that? So that reflection is temporary. And if you are looking for the mangoes, instead of looking at the top of the tree and you see the reflection in the water of the river and you dive inside the river, will you get the mango? Or you will get only a bump in our head only. Same way, we are trying to look for happiness in this material world, which is an illusory happiness we are trying. We are trying to enjoy the happiness. But that's not, you will not get that happiness. The real happiness is possible only in connection with Krishna. So therefore, we need to divert our attention. Even the so-called happiness, what we get in this material world is temporary. It does not fulfill our complete desires. First of all, we don't get whatever we want in this life, and even whatever we get, it is only a matter of time. Either we lose it or the happiness goes away from us, right? As we get old, then all our senses become difficult to enjoy our senses also. So therefore, we need to understand that real happiness comes through spiritual happiness. That is the real happiness, and that is possible only by engaging in our service to Krishna. So we have to look for Krishna, how to serve Krishna and experience spiritual happiness. In the material world, the happiness is always temporary and it is limited. So therefore, Lord Krishna, it is said that he is the Prabhupada writes that Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. He is the cause of all causes. All incarnation manifest from Lord Krishna. So from Lord Krishna, Lord Brahma is born. Tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Suryaha. We saw that in the first sloka, Vyasadeva was writing. And from Brahma, Rudra is coming. All the devatas are manifested then. All we have Saktavesha, there are different kinds of incarnation. So there is so many incarnations are there. These incarnations are grouped in different categories. That's a big subject matter. We will come as we read in the Bhagavatam. So there is a Purusha avatar is there is a Guna avatar is there, and then there is Manvantara avatar is there. So there are so many categories. There are Saktivesh avatar is there. So like this, but Krishna is the root of all the every personalities. So that's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. So therefore, when we are serving Krishna, we are serving everybody. Everybody is included. Like when Arjuna wanted to show, when you want to see the universal form, so Krishna showed this universal form in which Arjuna could see everything in one place. He saw Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Varuna, everybody he could see from sitting in one place that he is the source of everyone. Right? So therefore, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 3rd chapter, we will see Avatarya hi asankyeyaha. Actually, we say Dasavataram. Dasavataram is not only 10 incarnations. It is said, just like if you go to the ocean, can you count how many waves are coming? The waves are coming continuously. There is no stoppage, right? Same way, incarnations are innumerable. It's only the primary incarnations we say 10 incarnations. But actually, that's not the end. There are unlimited incarnations are there. So this principal incarnation like Brahma, Rudra, Manu, Prithu Maharaj, Vyasadeva, they are all guna avatars, qualitative incarnations. So there are Vishnu Tattva's incarnation, Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, Vamana. All of them are this Krishna is the source of everyone. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam pravartate, that I am the source of all the material and the spiritual worlds. So Krishna, therefore Lord Brahma is saying, Krishnastu Bhagavan, he is saying, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. And the Bhagavatam, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So therefore, there are people have a wrong idea also that in Sanatan Dharma there are 33 crores of gods are there, but actually that is not the proper definition. God is one, but his expansions are many. So there are 33 crore devatas are there, not gods. So there is a difference between the Supreme Lord and the devatas. So that point we need to understand. So the difference between the devatas and the Supreme Lord is Krishna is the source of all the devatas. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Adiri Devanam, that I am the source of everyone. So therefore, we need to understand about Lord Krishna's real tattva, absolute truth, in elaborate, not just by hearing from there and then people try to learn something from cinema also about spirituality. This way we will not try to, and we cannot get the proper understanding. Only by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita under a proper bona fide person, you will understand reality of about Krishna. So that so all these things the sages wanted to know. That's why they are asking Sukadeva Goswami, please tell in detail. O wise Sutta Goswami, please narrate the transcendental pastime of the Supreme God as multi-incarnation. Such auspicious adventure and pastime of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers. So the Lord incarnates by his internal potency. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, there are two kinds of, there is Parashakti and Aparashakti. So we, the living entities, belong to Parashakti. But there is another internal potency of Krishna. All his incarnations are emanated from his internal potency. And then further, it's very nicely they are saying in the 9 that we never tire of hearing about the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead. Those who relished his pastimes every moment find sweetness at each and every step. Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. Srimad Bhagavatham 19 sloka. You should follow the same link what I sent. I'm going sloka by sloka. You can now read the sloka on the website. So what is the difference between the mundane literature and transcendental literature? There are so many newspapers, so many magazines, every day is published. But none of them is talking about Krishna. So that's why they're called mundane literature. And why it is mundane? Because it is concerned with temporary events. Right? So it based on matter prakriti influenced by tamoguna and rajoguna. So it quickly becomes boring. So material news is static. That's why they are giving every day one newspaper. Nobody wants to read yesterday's paper or day before yesterday's newspaper, right? Once you read it, there is no more taste in that. But Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is not like that. Although it is written thousands of years ago, but still we are reading and we are getting new realizations. So that is the difference between spiritual literature and mundane literature. It is connected with the Supreme Lord and it is based on Atma Tattva. And it is about the modes of nature, that is Sattva, Rajo and Tamoguna. And therefore it is ever fresh. So in the third sloka also we read this. What is that? Nigama Galpataror Galitam Phalam Sukha Mukha Amruta. It is Amruta, nectar. Driva Samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. So the more you drink the nectar of Bhagavatam, the more you relish. That is the effect of reading transcendental literature. Unfortunately, people don't have any taste because they are influenced by the mode of goodness and passion and ignorance. At least one should be in the mode of goodness, then only they can appreciate about this transcendental subject, because this Bhagavatam is above even the mode of goodness. It is Shuddha Tattva because it's directly talking about Krishna. So unless people have led a pious life, they cannot appreciate these spiritual subject matters. But anyway, even though they don't have any qualification, simply by giving an oral reception, their heart can change. So the analogy is given. It is like a material literature is a stagnant pond. It becomes stale. But transcendental literature is like flowing Ganges, always fresh. So therefore, we have to read regularly. Systematically, we have to read. Make it a practiced habit. We are spending so much time in our phone, reading so many, hearing so many news, unwanted things. It cannot satisfy us. But if you read Bhagavatam, you can relish it. Again and again you can read so many times. But still it gives you a fresh realization, fresh happiness. Yeah. So it's compared like a diamond. Because every time you read, you get a new reflection. You can see in a different angle. You can study Srimad Bhagavatam. So many slokas are there. Wonderful sloka. It gives a practical realization. It's like compared to a diamond. So therefore, we have to read systematically because it is spiritual, spread by man. And therefore, in the material world, people are getting easily bored. That's why they are trying to do different things. They are not feeling satisfied. But a spiritually realized person He can read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam again and again. He will never get tired. Because spiritual rasa is unlimited. So therefore, devotees will never get tired of hearing about Krishna, chanting his name, discussing his leelas. Because Krishna can reciprocate with us unlimitedly. So therefore it is said here, Vayyam tu na vitrupyama uttama shloka vikrame. We never become satiated hearing the glories of the Lord. So just like a person chewing the sugar cane, he can taste the sweetness in every bite. But if he chew the dry straw, it will never give you any happiness. So material topics are like dry straw. They are repeating, chewing the chewed. You will not get happiness. Like bubble gum, bubble gum. Bubble gum for sometimes, for few minutes, you may feel like you are getting taste. But after some time, there is no taste in it. So material subject matter are like that. They talk only about the same four things: eating, sleeping, and mating and defending. That's all. In different way. That's all. But Bhagavad Gita is not like that. Satyam Param Dhimahi. It is about the Supreme Lord. So Krishna is unlimited and he can reciprocate an unlimited way with the devotees. So therefore, Arjuna, he is saying in Bhagavad Gita, what he is saying? O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you the respective homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. So when Krishna saw the universal form of the Lord, he says this statement that the world becomes joyful by hearing your name and glorifying your names. Bhagavad Gita 11.36. So at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya is saying, Rajan samsmitya samvadam imam adbhutam keshavarjunoyega punyam rishyami cha muhur muhu. Muhur muhu means again and again. O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. So therefore, we can read this subject matter and again. We don't have to go anywhere else for looking for happiness. The happiness is within us. Krishna is there in our heart as Paramatma, and we have these literatures like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Just by reading these literatures, we can find complete happiness. So nobody can stop us, right? We want to increase our happiness. We think that we can increase our happiness by increasing our bank balance, or property, or fame, beauty. We are people try in so many ways, but in that way you will not get. Although whatever you get is also limited there. But hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and reading Bhagavad Gita will give you the complete happiness, and nobody can stop you that one. That's unlimitedly available. So that is spiritual subject matters. So we have to develop a taste for that one. And that taste will come by systematically hearing, chanting, and remembering about the Lord's pastime. So initially we may not find what is there in this book. It's like a, like Krishna stories is for children to get like some, like kind of fun, like kind of this, you say the LKG, UKG, pre-KG, children, for them stories. No, it is not like that. These stories is for everyone. So that's why we have to hear these stories, how Krishna appeared, how he got transformed from Devaki's womb to Yashoda's place. Huh? So all these things we have to understand the subject matters very thoroughly. So that's why the Srimad Bhagavatam is there. It has got 18,000 slokas. So we have to keep reading every day. Then you will develop the taste for hearing. So that is the secret. So that is available by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. he has given this book in English language so that all of us could able to get access to this. Otherwise, we will not able to do that one. And so Krishna himself is saying, the thoughts of my devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So this process is just by talking about Krishna, hearing about Krishna, discussing about Krishna will give you the complete happiness what we are looking in life. So we have to understand this process and try to apply in our life. In this way, our life will become perfect and we will be completely happy. And Krishna will take us back home, back to God. So this is the process of spiritual life. So in Kali Yuga, we are all very fortunate that we are given this opportunity. So we have to take it with full efforts. We should not say, I don't have time for hearing, chanting. Yeah, this is the primary process. We have to find time to do this one. Unless we find time to do this one, we cannot overcome all the problems of our material life. Otherwise, we have to again and again, we have to be in this samsara, and there is no solution in this material life. The only solution is we have to get through our spiritual life. So by advancing in spiritual life, we can transcend all the problems of material life. That is the real solution. Otherwise, there is no solution in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the ocean of fault. We try to solve some problem, another problem is already there. And then we will be chasing about one problem after another problem, and our life will be finished. So instead, we should find time. We should find association of devotees. We should find a society where such association is available. We should be serious about our spiritual life. Take association of the devotees who are practicing, who are also serious in advancing in spiritual life. So then we will find the real happiness in life. Okay, I'll stop it here. It's already 6:30. Anyone would like to ask any questions or comments? So is it clear to all of you?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. If you have anything, questions later on also, you can post in the group, or if anything, any clarification, you can post directly to me also. Because as we are doing in online, I am not able to see you. Most of you are not switched on your video. I don't know what exactly you are understanding. But if you have anything, you can always discuss it, and you can always post a question, or you can ask the administrator. Then they can be in touch with you. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatham ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatrubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. See you next week.
Hare
Namaste,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
namaste,
Thank you.
namaste, ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Namaste ji. Yeah,
Hare
thank
Krishna,
you.
Dandavat pranams.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
It
you,
was
Prabhuji. Hare
very,
Krishna.
very informative. Hare Krishna. Thank you.